Since I'm here waiting for a little while, resting, I think I'll tell you a little bit about what I think of the trike. I've owned this Addmotor Grandtan trike now for about, I think, almost 6 months. I've probably got 300 miles on it, a lot of it trails. For me, it works well. And let me explain something. My suggestion is, if you could still ride a mountain bike, I would get the electric mountain bike instead. You can go more places, they cost half as much, you get longer battery life, you can get them into tight places. I tried riding a bike a number of times before I bought the trike. I can't ride a bike anymore physically. I don't have the balance, and I don't have the strength, and well, that's why I bought the trike. I'm very happy with it. It works great. You know, no trouble. I'll fire up the battery, and I'll make maybe 4 or 5, 6 mile trips on trails before I'll charge it again. I usually let it get down below half. I fully charged it, of course, last night because this is a very long trip. I'm going to be traveling, well, on road I'm traveling about 10 miles round trip on the bike trail from my house to the trailhead. This trail is probably 3.5, 4 miles long, so there's another 7, 8 miles, and some of it's, and so I wanted a full battery for that. I've taken it on some pretty long trips, and I've had no problem, except for going in tall grass. You're going through tall grass, it'll knock your chain off. Right here. Tall grass, hits your chain, I don't know what they call that, it's a thing that hangs down there, a chain guard, or keep your chain on your bike. But anyway, if I go into really tall grass and it's got some thick pieces of grass, it'll flip the chain off. It only takes a second to put it back on. You might get dirty fingers, who cares? Anyway, tires, holding up great. I like the storage, you know, got my coffee here. I never use this thing here, but I always keep my feet on the pedals. I always keep my hands on the handlebars and on the brakes. This does not turn like a bicycle, and if your rear wheel falls into a hole, you won't tip off. The bike will not tip over. However, it will throw you off. So that's something you have to be careful for. So anyway, let's look in the back here and I'll show you what I take with me. I think I can finally get my gloves off now. Warming up a little bit. It's October the 3rd. Okay. I tie stuff like my tripod and other stuff, even a small lawn chair on top of here. Use my bungee cords. I got my walking stick, portable, put a camera on it if I want, got a camera on the tripod. Today I always take some munchies, I take nuts. So anyway, I take munchies. One of the best things to take, cheese. I mean, you know, cheese. I used to, years ago when I was, back in the 70s when I was solo backpacking in Cascades Olympics in Washington State, I'd take a bottle of wine, a big chunk of cheese, and a piece of hard French bread. That was my, you know, if on a one-day trip, that was great. I mean, wine, cheese, whatever. Climbed all over the place. Then I came home. On the way home, you stop for a hamburger anyway. Okay. Binoculars. Extra hat. Don't know if I'll ever need it. Fix-a-flat. I got bags in here with all my tools for the bike. Not saying I'll be able to fix much. My hands don't work very well anymore. Gotta have my wildflower book. In here I've got survival gear like matches and knife and bags and candles. Little ground cover. Extra handkerchief. Toilet paper. Haven't had to use it so far. Got some more extra gloves in here. And I'm wearing my jacket. You know, it is getting warmer. I don't like wearing it. I like my... Yeah. Anyway. This thing they claim will carry 100 pounds. Oh, what I might want to mention about this trike is that I'm 5'9". They say people that are over 5'10" shouldn't have a trike. They can't ride it properly, so they don't advise you get one. Then again, if I had a chance, I would have taken a bike instead of a trike anyway, too. So, for you taller people, this is not for you. Oh, I got another bicycle pump in here. Of course, got to have your helmet. So that's what I take with me. Like I said, I strap on extra stuff up here. You know, I got a little lawn chair folds up. I can stick it right on there and hook it all on. So that's the trike. I haven't had any problems with it at all. I understand you can get an extra battery, but even with the extra battery, I think because of the weight of the battery and stuff that you don't really gain that much extra power. I don't know. I've always had enough juice, but I'm not a person who sits and rides without pedaling. I try to pedal as much as I can because, you know, I got a muscle disease and I need to be pedaling. And it's good for the arthritis. I got arthritis now, my knees, hips, whatever, but you know, arthritis is something you can work through. If you get out and exercise and do stuff, that pain leaves. But this stiff person syndrome thing I got, that's another story. But anyway, I'll get back on my trip here, and a piece of this video will go separate on YouTube, probably to explain the trike and how well I like it. But right now, it's like, yeah, this is great. Oh, disclaimer, Addmotor, I paid for it. There's no relationship between me and Addmotor at all, period. But I do recommend this model. So let's get on going up the trail.